All right, what's going on, fellas? Uh, I want to take the time to address some of the questions and some of the responses that have been in the comment section. That's actually very interesting. I think that we got to clear up the lies and the myths and answer these responses. I want to the viewers to do that. So uh, here we go. We're gonna get into it about semen retention and kind of the proper way to think about all this. All right. The response number one I got was it leads to prostate cancer. Okay, that is a lie. It does not lead to prostate cancer. There is no scientific or medical evidence that proves that it leads to prostate cancer. Anybody that told you that or any Google search that you uh, are searching probably need to double check your source. It does not lead to prostate cancer. In fact, it raises your testosterone. A lot of what leads to prostate cancer is a lack of testosterone. So, fellas, don't worry about that. People will tell you anything, and so you got to understand that we can get into this later. But sometimes people say things, and you might be misinformed, or it might be on purpose as an attack from the adversary. The second thing, I got a person said, "What do you achieve from this?" Um, we discussed this in several videos. So many benefits to semen retention. So just as I just said, the high testosterone levels, um, the increase in your capabilities because you're more sharper physically, spiritually, and mentally. We dive into this all the time, especially on hot streaks. It's different benefits at different time frame levels, and it's not really day by day, but you can typically gauge it around, every 20 days, 30 days, 60 days, 80 days, 100 days, and so on and so forth. You can kind of gauge how you're transforming. Another thing that was said was it's unnatural. So, so not having sex isn't unnatural, but having sex isn't unnatural either. It is the intent behind it which makes it wicked or not wicked, right? So watching porn and pleasing yourself and spilling your seed on the ground is unnatural. That is not the natural way that you're supposed to release. But having a woman to release is natural. However, you guys got to get out of the whole concubine mindset. So, fornication, I'm not really going to go deep into fornication, but I'm going to go deeper into adultery, right? So, adultery is when people are married and, have sex outside of the marriage with another married person or something like that. You're defiling yourself, and this is seen as a wicked act. So, what does this have to do with holding, receiving semen retention? So, the objective, right, in the Old Testament was to marry the woman that you put your seed into and to grow your family. This is why when a woman who was married to a man and the man passed, that she would want to get seed from another man because men had control over so much of the territories, so much of the resources and things of such nature. So for her to get the seed that would put her in the family, and her son would actually help build her resources. So that is the natural way is to procreate, is to use your seed to procreate. And it was assumed that you would marry the woman that you chose to give your seed to. That is the natural way that this is supposed to happen. I had someone say that he felt pain in his lower left side and his testicles as well. That's actually normal. I had the same pain. I had the pain in those exact same places. And what happens is through the process, especially your first 30 days, your body has these different chemicals and body fluids and things, and it has to be processed. And if the body is not used to processing it on a high level, you got to build muscles, kind of like a growing pain. I went to the doctor and I was like, what's going on? I've been eating right. I haven't been having sex or nothing. So he ran vitals on me, and every vital was my blood pressure, my sugar level, my kidney function, everything was literally, even my cell counts, they were all like in a great range, like in that immaculate range. He didn't know what was going on with me, and I told him the exact same thing that one of my viewers asked me, hey, or said to me. I have pain in my lower left of my back, and I also, have a very tightness and kind of painness in my testes. And he's like, he don't know what it's from. And so that goes to show you that so many men are weak, right? They're weaker physically than they know. And to the fact that this is a ancient practice that's not practiced anymore, and even sometimes the doctors can't put their finger on what's going on. You're literally transforming, and you don't even know it. So that pain is going to go away. Don't be alarmed. But I'm not a doctor, so if you feel like you need to see a doctor, go ahead and do that. Um, uh, One thing that I wanted to highlight on, which is something I spoke to earlier about people making things up and having myths about negative side effects of semen retention, is you're gonna get some bad bad attraction and disencouragement. So especially if you are praying and you're doing this to get closer to the Most High, because you're going to become somebody that's going to be an influencer. And so the dark kingdom cannot allow you to just be an influencer. So the bad attraction could be somebody trying to discourage you, somebody telling you that, you're not going to get anything out of this. Women, they like you and they smile at you, but you run into women that are not on your level, and they tend to be distasteful, right? They're very distasteful in their actions and in their behavior and the way they speak. So it's kind of like, oh, I don't feel that. It's very discouraging. It's very like distasteful, right? And so you're going to attract that. You're also going to attract a lot of envy and jealousy because you're confident in yourself, and a lot of people can't receive that confidence in a positive light. Um, um, Also, you're going to be challenged and on semen retention, and you're going to attract challenge, and that's not necessarily bad, but the way you handle it could make it good or bad. So you have to be aware of that, and I think that that's another video that I should put out. Um, the next thing that was said to me is this guy says that, oh, he's very aggressive. He's been at a month and he's very aggressive, and you know, in his behavior, and that's perfectly normal. That's a good thing. So, like I said earlier, you have all of these different fluids and chemicals in your body. And your body has to learn how to process this. Some of these chemicals actually go to the brain, right? Some of these chemicals go to the brain, and with the higher testosterone level, you can get more aggressive. You can. So, what I suggest you do is hurry up and get in that gym, because be the um, that's going to be something like a buffer, right? So you know how, like, if you might eat something hot, but you might eat a piece of bread to still get the flavor and get all the effects of the good hot spicy food, but the bread numbs the tinge of the spiciness. So you need the gym to kind of buffer that. Um, your aggression is going to be controlled, right? You're going to be able to control that when you get on the higher streak, and that's what you want. That's a clear sign that you're heading in the right direction. You want that aggression, so when someone does something or says something to you, you check it at the door. Female or male, you check it at the door, right? But you learn over time how to be that man to apply positive aggression. You can call it masculinity or whatever you want to call it, but you apply it when necessary, because it is necessary. So good job, keep going. Let's see. So another guy said he gave up on the videos, but he didn't give up on the sex. Like I said, that's still a way of doing semen retention. That's a positive way of doing semen retention, because, I would rather put the seed into the woman that I love versus just watching some video and doing that. There's nothing wrong with that. However, I would say that woman after woman after woman is still not good, because even though you're not looking at porn and you're not masturbating and there's some time in between release, you're still creating soul ties and you're still not retaining enough, right, in order to identify the soul ties or the witches, right? And if you're having sex with woman after woman after woman, most women out here are influenced by evil spirits and witches. I'm just gonna put that out there. Men too. There's some warlocks out here too. Don't get it twisted. But if you're changing up every other month, you know what I'm saying, you're running into this and you're creating soul ties with the bad spirits and bad energy. You don't want that, right? Um, all in all, when it comes to semen retention, if you're doing it the wrong way, you're kind of destroying yourself. And I just wanted to address some of these things and to let you guys know that, I'm listening to you. I hear what you guys are saying out here. It's hard to respond to everybody, but stay tuned for more positive videos. See ya.